Okay guys, today we will start off with, today is a planned yoga day, but before that I would like us to do some foundation work. So during this entire workout, during the next 5-10 minutes, make sure your your shoulders are really back, your back is like you have pushed yourself as tight as possible over here. Don't keep it straight arched, straight back. Don't keep it arched at any point of time unless specifically specified. So keep your shoulders back, keep your back really tight over here, and at all times our knees will be behind uh, our ankles. Okay, so whenever we are doing anything, your knees should never come forward. They are always going as back as possible, as if you can be falling off from your toes. There is no pressure on the toes. Alright, so keep your legs slightly wide apart, slightly apart. From here, bend your knees very slightly and push your hips back as much as you can. From here, get your hands back. There is no pressure falling on your toes. You can be feeling a hamstring stretch during this point. Now get your hands up, forward. Push your hips back as far backwards as you can. From here, put your hands up. Hold it there for about 5 more seconds. From here, get your hands next to your chest and just moving at your hips and nowhere else, not your knees, nothing else. You will do 15 good mornings. So the only thing moving is at your hips. You are not moving your back, you are not changing the arch of the back, and you are just doing good mornings up and down. Make sure again your knees are behind your ankles. Knees should not come forward. Do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands back and get your hands forward again, forward and up. Have your thumbs pointed down. Now come and touch the ground and push your hips back as much as you can. Push it back, push it back, push it back. Feel the stretch on your hamstrings. Now get your hands on your shin, look up and don't arch your back. Make your back as tight as possible and come up, your hands forward and get your hands next to your chest, thumbs facing up. Again 15 good mornings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hands back, as much back as possible. Open up your chest and from here slowly stand up. Now for the next. Put your right leg forward, left leg back. The entire workout, the entire time, your knee should not come ahead of your ankles. So don't bring it forward, keep it back. On the back leg, you are standing on your toes right now. Get your hands back and your chest forward. And get your hands all the way up, bend back and bend to your right. Now in this position, since your heels are up, you will push your heels down towards the ground and come back up, and down and come back up. Do it 10 to 15 times. At all times, your right knee never comes ahead of your right heel, and keep pushing. 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come up straight. Get your hands in front of you, and now get your chest as much forward as you can. Back still. Your shoulders are retracted back. You have a reverse arch of the back. From here, get your hands towards the sides and hold it there for 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Get your hands forward. Now get your hands next to your chest. From here we go 15 good mornings. 1, you are only hinging from your hips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Get your hands back, palms facing out, palm facing forward, thumbs facing out, shoulders back, chest forward, and from here come back up, and we'll change legs. Left leg forward, right leg back. So remember, your knee never goes ahead of your heels. From here, stand straight, your upper body is facing straight. Get your thumbs facing out. Get your chest forward, shoulders back. From here, get your hands forward. Get your hands all the way up and bend forward. Chest up, face up. Now bend slightly back and bend towards your left. From here, you will push your heels down towards the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hands up and bring your hands forward. Get your chest, push yourself as forward as you can. Chest forward, shoulders back. Now turn your hands towards the left. Hold it there for 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Get your hands forward and hands next to your chest. Now from here, 15 good mornings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hands down, hands back, chest forward, and get your hands down and stand up. Now your legs wide apart, bend your knees slightly, get your hips back, hold your back, chest back, hands forward, shoulders back. From here, get your hands up as much as you can. Hold it there for another 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel the stretch on your hamstrings. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get your hands down and get your hands next to your chest. From here, make sure you are not arching your back. From here, again hinging on your hips. We'll do 15 good mornings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hands forward and get your hands up, all the way up. Hold it there for another 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get your hands back and hold it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get your hands down and you can come back up. So this particular routine helps strengthen your lower back and relieves you from a lot of lower back injuries. Now that you are well warmed up, drink some water. And we'll start with some Surya Namaskaras. So stand tall, stand at one end of your mat, hands next to your chest, always shoulders retracted as much as possible, hands next to your chest, in front of your chest. Breathe in and bend back and breathe out, hands next to your legs. Right leg back, left leg back. Go to your downward facing dog. Knees to the ground, chest to the ground. Go to cobra, upward facing dog. From here, downward facing dog. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Come up, bend back, hands next to your chest. Bend back, hands next to your legs, feet. Left leg back, right leg back, downward facing dog. Knees to the ground, chest to the ground. Go to upward facing dog. Go to downward facing dog. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Back bend and hands next to your chest. For the next few reps, we'll speed it up and we'll go on till I say stop. So let's go for it. Back bend, hands next to your feet. Right leg back, left leg back. Downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Bend back, hands in front of your chest. Bend back, hands next to your feet. Left leg back, right leg back. Downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Back bend, hands in front of your chest. Back bend, hands next to your feet. Right leg back, left leg back. Downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Bend back, hands in front of your chest. Bend back, hands next to your feet. Left leg back, right leg back. Downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Bend back and hands in front of your chest. Bend back, hands to the ground. Right leg back, left leg back. Downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, and upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Bend back, hands in front of your chest. Bend back, hands next to your feet. Left leg back, right leg back. Downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, and upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, left leg forward, right leg forward, and bend back. Hands in front of your chest. Bend back. Hands next to your feet. Right leg back, left leg back. Downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, and upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, right leg forward, left leg forward, hands back, and hands in front of your chest. Bend back, hands next to your feet, left leg back, right leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left leg forward, right leg forward, bend back, and chest, hands in front of your chest. bend back, hands next to your feet, right leg back, left leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right leg forward, left leg forward, bend back, and hands in front of your chest, bend back, hands next to your feet, left leg back, right leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left leg forward, right leg forward, bend back, and hands in front of your chest, bend back, hands next to your feet, right leg back, left leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right leg forward, left leg forward, bend back, hands in front of your chest, bend back, hands next to your feet, left leg back, right leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left leg forward, right leg forward, bend back, hands in front of your chest, bend back, hands next to your feet, right leg back, left leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right leg forward, left leg forward, bend back, hands in front of your chest, bend back, hands next to your feet, left leg back, right leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left leg forward, right leg forward, bend back, and hands in front of your chest. We'll do 3 more. Bend back, hands next to your feet, right leg back, left leg back, downward facing dog, knee to the ground, chest to the ground, and upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right leg forward, left leg forward, back bend, hands in front of your chest, back bend, hands next to your feet, left leg back, right leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left leg forward, right leg forward, bend back, and hands in front of your chest. 2 more sides. Hands back, hands next to your feet, right leg back, left leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right leg forward, left leg forward, bend back, hands in front of your chest, bend back, hands next to your feet, left leg back, right leg back, downward facing dog, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, and upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left leg forward, right leg forward, and bend back, hands in front of your chest. And the last set we'll do it really slow, focusing on stretching every muscle as we go through. Bend back, go as much back as you can, and come back up, and hands next to your feet. Feel the stretch on your hamstrings. From here, get your right leg back, feel your thigh stretch, look forward while you're doing this, hold it there, feel your thigh stretch, and then get your left leg back, go to downward facing dog, feel your calf stretch, push your heels down towards the ground. Now from here, get your knees and chest to the ground, and go to upward facing dog, feel the stretch on your chest, and go back to downward facing dog, feel the push down your heels towards the ground, feel the stretch on your calves, and your right leg forward. Again, feel the stretch on your thighs, on your left thigh, and stand up, hands next to your feet, feel the stretch on both of your hamstrings, bend back, and hands next to your chest. Bend back as much as you can. And hands next to your feet. Left leg back. Feel the stretch on the left thigh stretch. And your right leg back. Go to downward facing dog. Feel the stretch on your calves. Try to touch your heels to the ground without bending your knees. From your knees to the ground, chest to the ground. Go to upward facing dog. Feel the stretch on your chest. Change back to downward facing dog. And your left leg forward, feel the stretch on your right thigh. And get your right leg forward, feel the stretch on your thigh, on your calves, on your hamstrings while you're keeping your body down. And bend back. And bring your hands forward, and with that we finish the Surya Namaskaras. If anyone has to curse, please curse Kavita because she requested for it. Now next we'll move on to some stretches or asanas. Sit on the ground. Okay, we are working on the hips right now. So get your right leg over your left leg and bring your left leg top of your right leg. People with mobility issues will find it difficult. There was a time I used to do it so well. Hold it there for 15 seconds. Feel your legs twisting, putting a force around your hips joint. This improves your hip mobility, your leg mobility. Okay, change of leg. Your left leg on top of your right. Pull it as close as you can towards your body and pull the right leg up and hold it there. Make sure your back is long and straight. Next, we'll go for thigh stretches. Place your left leg forward, right leg back. Get your fold in the right leg. Hold this stretch. Feel the stretch on your thighs. Deep breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Change of leg. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Place your feet down. Next one. Stand with your legs wide apart. You go into the frog pose. From here, you bring your knees to the ground and try to sit back as much as you can. This is also twist of your legs over here, so that to increase your mobility of the legs of your hip area. You can keep your hands forward and press your hips back as much as you can. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And sit back up. Next, you'll sit on your heels for a few seconds, for a few moments. During this time, you are working on getting your lower leg to become as straight as possible by sitting on the heels so that this arch is pressed down. Do it for both the legs, their hips sitting on the heels. From here, get your hands back and lock them behind you. Give your arms some stretch. Change of hands. Next, we'll do some breathing exercises. Sit at your comfortable position. We'll do deep breaths in and deep breath out. We'll do it for about 30 counts of that. After that, we'll try holding the breath for about 30 seconds. We'll go back to our regular breathing. Next, we'll attempt holding the breath for about 1 minute, and then we'll go back to our regular breathing. So we'll first start with deep breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, 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 deep 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 breathe in, breathe out. 10 times down, 20 more. Deep breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, continuous breathe in and continuous breathe out. Continuous breathe in and continuous breathe out. Continuous breathe in, continuous breathe out. Continuous breathe in, continuous breathe out. Breathe in. 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 Breathe out. 20 done, 10 more to go. Breathe in from your tummy. And breathe completely out. Breathe in from your tummy. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in from your tummy. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. 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 Breathe out completely and then hold your breath. Hold it for 30 seconds. 10, 20, 30. Breathe in and hold the breath for 15 seconds. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. breathe out. 5 more times. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And with the breathe out completely, you will hold it for 1 minute. Hold. It's okay if you can't hold. Thirty. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in and hold for 15. And breathe out. Breathe in 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 and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. 5 more times. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now get into a short meditation. Palm facing up. Your thumb and the first finger holding each other. Normal breathing. Focus on your breathing. Focus on the air that you're inhaling in and the breathe, the air that you're exhaling out. Feel the warmth of the air or the cold of the air that you are inhaling in and exhaling out. Get a feel of the sensation inside your nostrils with every time you breathe in and breathe out. Feel your heart with every breath of yours. Your heart is circulating the pure oxygen throughout your body. Feel your heartbeat if you can. You can feel it in your head with every pump of your heartbeat. You can feel it in your chest. You can feel it in different parts of your body. Different people have different sensations, so there is no specific place where everyone will feel always. Feel your heartbeat. Breathe in and breathe out. Focus on the tip of your fingers that you are holding, the thumb and the finger. Relax your entire body and just focus on that joint of your thumb and the finger. These two fingers do the lot of work for you throughout the day. Focus on your thumb. You are just working on focusing, we are not working on anything else, just focus. Focus on the connection of your finger, of your thumb and the first finger. Focus on the touch. Don't let your thoughts wander around. Whenever your thoughts wander around, bring your thoughts back to the touch of your thumb and the first finger. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more deep breath in and a deep breath out. Brush your palm against each other and touch your face with the heat. And that, slowly get up. And with that, we'll end our day. Thank you all for joining up.